What's going on, you beautiful furballs? Had to jump on here and give you the 1 week warning. 7 days left to be able to jump in and grab a warp node in the pre-sale. If you do that, you do get a airdrop of warp token that there's no vesting for. Not to mention, you'll also be entered into winning one of 2 nodes that I purchased myself that I want to use as giveaways to my community. Why? Because we have the best community ever. Now, for Warp, if you haven't already heard or seen my videos, there's a link above. I'll go a little bit more in depth here, but the thing that is absolutely incredible about this project and is that they're a game publisher. They are a token backed by a business, okay? So this Warp token, right, is being backed by their business model, not the other way around, which is incredible. The big thing with these nodes and why they're so stinking valuable in my mind, not only are you getting 21% of the tokens, right, over the course of running them over the 4 or 5 years of the 5 billion supply, but 20% of the company profits go to those validators. They go to the nodes. Up to 20% of the company profit to token buybacks, okay? They're really making this extremely strong, and not to mention the team that they have, the absolute insane depth of this team cannot just be overstated. I mean, they have a insane team behind them. They have been cruising and cooking over this past month. I've been seeing all they've been doing, all the connections they're making. Obviously, as you saw, they have a partnership with Avalanche, not to mention with the Ava Cloud, right, which is launching their basically node sale site. Warp is going to be the first one launching on there, and that's going to be on August 31st, which is when the public sale goes live. Okay, so if you want to get in beforehand to get that Warp airdrop token, that link down below is going to take you to a Warp node pre-sale page. Okay, you got to use, my name there, use the referral code. That'll, make sure that you get entered into winning one of those 2 nodes I'm going to be giving away. And then when you go to next, it'll ask you which ones you're wanting to purchase. And I'll show you the little node sale page. We'll talk about that in a minute too. But for just the pro nodes, they're $500. And you might say, hey, that seems like higher than, other things we've been seeing around. Yeah, there's only 3,000 of these nodes. Okay. It's not like, a lot of these other projects, like Gala had 50,000 nodes. Granted, 14,000 of those were taken by the founders. Now there's no founders being taken, these nodes. There's 3,000 of them. You can jump in, you can buy as many or as little as you want. As you go up, if you're doing like, basically a 5X from that, it's a syndicate node. And then above that is the enterprise node, which is basically, make like 10 pro nodes. Okay. The big thing here is look at this. Okay. Projections and what we have here, talking about $400 a month on Warp base rewards. That's the base rewards. That's not talking about the 20%, that would be going back to the nodes over and over and over again. Not to mention being able to have a tier 1 investment access into any kind of Warp launch pad. Now, what's really cool about this is a game publisher, right? We already got 4 games that are going to be launching here that we've already seen in those previous videos that I've shown above. They have numerous game companies that have been talking to them already for the publishing and stuff. Earnings, profits from those are all going to be rolling into supporting these validators that are very, very focused on the community and the folks that are going to be, coming in, supporting them here. They have wonderful, simple conservative projections. I think it's just incredible how transparent this team has been with everything and with essentially what they are striving for. And of course, the numbers being very conservative. I just don't see how this isn't a very solid win. As I said, the Ava Cloud one will start in 10 days, the public sale. That pre-sale will end in about 7 days here. And I did want to go ahead and pull up and just show you at least a little bit of the node sale, the numbers here. Like I said, here's our prices down here. Once the public sale goes live, the only way to get a syndicate node is by getting 5 pro nodes. And then they basically get comboed into that syndicate node. The big thing with the Enterprise Syndicate Pro, okay, is the base rewards are the same. If you break it down, divide it by 10, divide it by 5, okay, Pro Syndicate and Enterprise for every, 1 pro node that you'd have for 500 is the same base reward, okay? Same thing for the, the free nodes that are being given away. If you got an Enterprise, that would count for like 10 entries, okay? Syndicate, 5 entries and such. Now, the big difference here with the enterprise is basically you get the first tier 1 investment access, meaning like if there's a game and you're like, I think this one's going to crush it, you can literally, be the first one in there to basically support that game specifically. Or like I said, you can just hang back because these nodes are covering the entire game publishing group and company, right? So it's every single game that is benefiting you in these, pro nodes and pro nodes, syndicate, enterprise nodes, all of them. You're covered by all the games coming on. But like I said, if you really want to, cast some dice or something and you think there's a certain game that's going to just knock it out of the park, then you'll have access to go ahead and, put a little bit towards that as well, if that's something you were like interested in. So let me know what you think down in the comments down below. All the links are down there. Make sure when you do the Warp node sale page here, make sure you paste your transaction link, okay, after you send the funds and everything. And just to show you and ensure that this is their wallet address, so this is the official Warp chain Twitter that tweeted on my post, just verifying that this is their wallet address, because I know, like, hey, you send funds on the blockchain, they're gone. Okay, so definitely always want you to double check, with anything like that, because you never want to get obviously screwed over. But yeah, hope everybody's doing really well, and as always, stay warm, Wookiees.